Now to the story of a modern-day Daniel Boone. 2 decades ago, Eustace Conway went into the Blue Ridge Mountains to see if he could live like a pioneer. He didn't take any food, he didn't take a tent, no warm clothes, just a determination to survive. And he did, and then some. NBC's Bob Dotson has his story.
In 1890, the U.S. Census Bureau declared the American frontier closed. No one told Eustace Conway. A quarter of a century ago, he went alone into the Great Smoky Mountains to see if he could survive empty-handed, made his own clothes, built a teepee from the skins of animals he hunted and ate.
Were you scared at first?
Not really. I had been camping and spending time out in the forest for many years, ever since early childhood.
Conway passionately wanted to test himself. A lot of us love to camp, but after all these years, he still lives in that wilderness.
So this is your grocery store, huh?
Yeah, and pharmaceutical. Check this one out. This is jewelweed.
He is rarely sick, never sees a doctor.
What is this?
This is sourwood.
And you can eat it?
Yeah.
Conway learned to live off of what's around him.
Should we have washed it off first?
No, the rain washed it off last night.
3 years ago, he finally built a cabin.
So the house isn't that much, but you should see the front yard.
The place has no electricity, no phone, an outhouse out back.
Hey, boy.
Still, it is a big step for a man who walked into the wilderness at 17 with nothing.
Eustace is no hermit, no scary mountain man hiding in the woods. He leaves his home for adventures that would make Davy Crockett grin. He once floated the entire length of the Mississippi River in a handmade wooden canoe, hiked the 2,000-mile Appalachian Trail in winter, surviving only on the food he found along the way.
You can do anything if you set your mind to it.
In his 20s, he kayaked across Alaska and climbed the German Alps in sneakers. In his 30s, he and his brother Judson rode horseback, coast to coast, in a record 103 days.
Time and again, you leap off into these adventures, and you learn on the road.
Yeah, one of the most important things is to know that you don't know what you're doing.
That's why he hiked into the jungles of Guatemala in his mid-20s to study primitive cultures, and went to Appalachian State University, got straight A's in anthropology and English, graduated with honors.
A college degree is not even a drop in the bucket compared to the education of what I've gotten in all of my travels and adventures. Not even a speck. Are you ready? Good girl.
He supports himself by teaching others how to live an old-fashioned life.
Good rider. How'd you learn to be such a good rider? Did your mama teach you?
Erica Oliger and her daughter Annabelle
Now tell her to back up.
traveled an hour and a half for this riding lesson.
Right, pull on it back. Good girl. You did it by yourself. Back.
At 40, Eustace would like to add family to his life.
I don't have a wife and children that I'm sharing it with, and so basically I have backed myself so far away from the norm that I'm unreachable.
Well, not that far away. Like many of us, Conway owns a bit of property.
How can a man who lived 17 years in a teepee get enough money to buy 1,000 acres?
Well, living in a teepee was part of the answer.
He's been able to save nearly every dollar he's made. Built a barn, clear a farm in the wilderness.
I'm living my life. I live what I believe in.
His own frontier.
Emerson said, "What you do stands above you and shouts so loudly I can't hear what you're saying." And I can only hope that my life is an example that people can hear.
Few of us venture beyond the limits of our settled lives, and then only for a day or two. Eustace Conway has spent a lifetime exploring the frontier inside himself. For today, Bob Dotson, NBC News.
That's my good boy.
In the Blue Ridge Mountains of North Carolina.
Like a modern-day Thoreau.
There's a guy who doesn't have to worry about who won American Pop Idol.